Hello people that how is doing? Today we're doing another video on promoting local towns and cavan and villages in cavan. And today we're in Belturbet. We're doing Belturbet. Belturbet is a town, just to say. So it is. There's a lot I could have added in, but I just didn't add it in because it would take me a long time to go through it. And forgive me anybody from Belturbet, but it's difficult when you have a town to deal with. It's all right if you have a village, but Belturbet is a town. And there's a lot of businesses, a lot of places to go through. So forgive me. Someday we will go around Belturbet and do a video, and I will talk about places individually. Someday we will do it, and we'll be better understand it. But for the moment, we're going to go through just a bit. So Belturbet, straight away I have to mention the great sewer waste program. They're one of the first towns in Ireland to ever do it. Sewer waste, basically, it's in the coordination with the Tidy Towns group and their local Tidy Towns group, which has done very well. I've seen them put up loads of flower pots. It's just, they've made Belturbet during the summertime look so beautiful, as it is already. So straight off the bat, so the sewer waste program at Belturbet is a really great success. I've looked at it, I've seen it, and they've done extremely well, and they haven't got any help from the local authorities. They've done it all themselves, and it's really, and I have to give them credit. I think everybody here at the office giving them credit too. I think we have to give them credit for their massive effort for the environment and for the local community and for Cavan in general and from the country of Ireland itself. So Belturbet, as I said, it's on the river. It's a lovely river town, the same as many towns in Cavan because there's a lot of rivers. But it's lovely with the bridge, and it's just lovely, especially sometimes lovely just looking at the river in Belturbet. It's just lovely. Obviously they do have a golf course in Belturbet. Belturbet Golf, I think it's Golf Club, Belturbet Golf Club, not Golf Society. I was thinking of another one. So back in the day, before there was a bypass, the entry going up to Enniskillen, because that's where you go through Belturbet to go to Enniskillen. Well, you used to go through Belturbet to go to Enniskillen, the old Belturbet Road, which unfortunately with the bypasses made the old Belturbet Road very redundant. We used to go straight through Belturbet to go to Northern Ireland. But now that, there's the bypass and nobody goes through Belturbet, you don't have to go through the Belturbet to go to Northern Ireland. And in a sense, and loads of people would agree with me in Belturbet and Buttersbridge, in a sense that did kill a bit of business in Belturbet back in when it started in the 90s. It did kill a bit, and I'm sure people would agree with me saying that. But just thought I'd mention that. So if you ever come down from Enniskillen to the Republic Valley, go through Belturbet, see what have a ponder around Belturbet and see what's the story around Belturbet. So obviously a bit of history about Belturbet. Sadly, there's a dark history behind some of Belturbet. So the Belturbet bomb, sadly, and I hate talking about it. It's a tragic thing. 2 teenagers were killed by the volunteer bomb in 1972. Just teenagers, and it's tragic, really tragic. And in the main street in Belturbet, beside the old post office in Belturbet, which used to be open, there's a memorial with the two of them sitting on a bench. And yeah, that's in the main street. So do check it out if you ever in Belturbet, and pay respect to these 2 innocent people who were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Who were just victims of war, in other words. Which is 2 innocent teenagers who had their whole life ahead of them, and sadly that's what trouble causes. So Belturbet is a famous fishing town. It used to be very famous. A lot of fishermen does go from Fats in Germany and from other countries to fish in Belturbet, obviously. And the same with many parts of Cavan too. It's a great fishing area. Belturbet's a great fishing area if everyone to go. Fishing, it's a great place to go. And just to mention, there's loads and loads of food, great food places, great restaurants, great hotels there. I could mention so many of them. I could literally use nearly my toes and my hands to mention them. But I will someday we'll go around Belturbet with my camera and I will say about this place and my experience with it and everything, recommending it. Someday I will. I promise you. Someday we will. But at the moment in time, we have to stick with what we have. So that's why. So check it out during the summertime. If you're going up to Enniskillen for the day, say you're coming from, let's take for example Offaly or Laois. And you're coming up to Cavan. You're coming up to Cavan, right? And you're coming up to Cavan anyway. And you're just like, yeah, we'll pop into Belturbet. You might as well. If you're on the way to Enniskillen, you might as well pop up to Belturbet and see what's the story. and say hello. But yeah, please do check out Belturbet. And just to say, the Zero Waste and the Tidy Town Script, I have to say it's a very good example for the rest of the Tidy Town Scripts in Cavan. I've taken great inspiration. I've been watching very closely this. And people, I'm sure some people from Belturbet be like, we know that already. I've been watching it very closely. Same as the local authorities, Cavan County Council, have been watching this very closely too. And it's a credit to everybody who lives in Belturbet, and it's a credit to the people who run the Teddy Towns and the Zero Waste group. It's a credit to you. It's really well. And one more thing, sorry, I meant to mention. St. Bricken's College in secondary school in Belturbet is facing closure. And the same with St. Mogues in Bombay. And it's tragic because they're going to lose that asset in that community, which is devastating for them too. But hopefully, maybe the Department of Education might change their mind. Please God will. But yeah, just to say huge respect to Belturbet. And just another thing, I suppose people would want me to say this too, and some people from Belturbet. Belturbet has changed. I'm not going to lie to people. Belturbet has changed. There's a lot of people from different countries, in Belturbet, and obviously there's it has changed a lot. Let's be honest. It has changed a lot. Different parts of Belturbet. And obviously, crime is a bit of an issue in Belturbet, but obviously they're going to reinforce sooner or later with the guards there. They're going to reinforce the guards in that area, and obviously the armour spots units are pondering around there every so often. So just to mention that to the people, because people in Belturbet probably would want me to mention that. Just to say we are, the local authorities are watching. We're not turning the blind eye to it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and bye.